Hi, I'm Jean Edelman. For decades, I've been a student of the healing arts: Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, acupuncture, plant-based, and macrobiotic cooking. Join me on this journey and hear my thoughts of the week.
Welcome, dear friends. I'm so happy you're here today. Before we dive in, how about we take a moment, wherever we are, we soften our shoulders, we unclench our jaw, and maybe, just maybe, allow the smallest hint of a smile to arrive on our face. Not because life is perfect, and not because we must pretend everything is okay, but because our body, our heart, and our nervous system deeply respond to these moments of lightness. Today, we're talking about smiling and laughter. We're going to talk about simple things, ordinary things, and yet they are profoundly healing. In a world that often feels heavy, fast, and demanding, smiling and laughter can become a quiet act of restoration. Not denial, not avoidance, but actual medicine. So let's explore why laughter matters, what it does inside our body, and why joy is an essential part of our self-esteem. First, let's talk about smiling and how smiling changes our body. It's fascinating how connected the body and emotions truly are. Research has shown that even the physical act of smiling can influence the nervous system. When we smile, the brain may release chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. These are often associated with the feelings of well-being, connection, and calm. And what's beautiful in this is sometimes the body leads the emotion. Sometimes a gentle smile helps create a little more openness inside. Nothing forced, and not forced positivity, and not pretending, just softening, a small shift from tension towards ease. Even now, notice what happens if we breathe slowly and smile gently for just a few seconds. There's often a subtle change. The body is receiving the message. We are safe, we are enough to soften. How about laughter? Laughter is so healing. Laughter is one of the most natural stress relievers we have. When we laugh deeply, muscles relax, stress hormones decrease, oxygen increases, and circulation improves. And emotionally, laughter interrupts this heaviness. It creates space. It creates perspective. It creates connection. Think about how different life feels after a genuine laugh. Even difficult days become more survivable when shared with someone who makes us laugh. Laughter reminds us that we're alive. And importantly, laughter does not mean we are ignoring pain. No. We're not ignoring, but we're just connecting. And some people who laugh most deeply are people who have walked through profound hardship. Laughter can coexist with our grief. And how about our nervous system? Our nervous system, when we talk about joy and laughter. Many people today, we are living with chronic stress, constant stimulation, constant news, constant responsibilities. And the nervous system rarely gets a chance to reset. Smiling, laughter, these can help activate moments of regulation and connection. Think about what happens when we laugh with someone we trust. Again, our breath changes, our body softens, and our guard lowers. For a few moments, we return to presence, and presence is healing. One of the most overlooked forms of self-care is allowing ourselves moments of genuine joy without guilt. Not earning the joy, not postponing the joy, but allowing it now. Let's ask, why adults? Why do we forget to play? Why do we forget to laugh? Children laugh hundreds of times in one day. Adults laugh far less. Somewhere along the way, many of us absorbed the idea that serious equals importance and that productivity matters more than delight. But the soul still longs for playfulness. The soul still longs for silliness, for lightness, and for spontaneity. Self-care is not only about managing our stress, it's about remembering how to feel alive. And sometimes healing looks surprisingly simple. How about a fun little dance in the kitchen, or watching something ridiculous on TV, sharing stories with friends, and laughing until our stomach hurts? These moments matter. They nourish us in ways that are deeply, deeply healing. And let's go back to the smile, because the smile creates connection. Smiles, they're contagious in the most beautiful way. A genuine smile can soften tension, create trust, comfort someone, and communicate kindness without words. We never fully know what someone else is carrying, and sometimes a small amount of warmth changes the direction of someone's day. There's real power in a genuine smile. It's not performative positivity, but it's authentic warmth. Even smiling at ourselves matters, especially for those of us that are hard on ourselves. What would it feel like to meet ourselves with softness instead of criticism? To look in the mirror and smile, not because we've perfected ourselves. That is not the journey. The journey is the constant learning and change, but because we're learning to befriend ourselves. This is also a part of our self-care. So, some tips: creating more laughter in our daily life. How do we invite more laughter into our lives? Not by forcing happiness, but by making room for the joy. Here are a few gentle invitations. Watch something that makes us laugh. Find our favorite comedian and watch it and laugh and enjoy. The other thing that we can do is spend time with people who feel light. Notice those who help us relax and just be ourselves. We don't have to push or force. These are true friends, and these are people we should spend more time with. We need to laugh at our imperfections. Sometimes the healthiest thing we could do is stop taking ourselves so seriously. Really, who can make some of this stuff up? You have to laugh at it. Some more small rituals is listen to music while we're cooking, funny voice notes, pet videos, games, dancing. Tiny moments matter. Smile at ourselves, especially on the hard days. Not to deny difficulty, but to remind ourselves, I'm still here. Perhaps smiling and laughter are sacred in their own way, because you know what? They connect us. They connect us to our body, they connect us to other people, they connect us to the present moment, and they connect us to hope. Joy is not something frivolous. Joy is nourishment. Laughter is a form of resilience. So this week, dear friends, I invite you to notice what makes your heart feel lighter, what makes you smile naturally, what helps you breathe a little deeper. And let's give ourselves permission to welcome more of this. Not someday, not tomorrow, but now. I'm very grateful for you today, spending time with me, talking about laughter, joy, smiling, because we can care for ourselves with tenderness, laughter, and moments of beautiful lightness. Next week on The Kitchen with Jean, we're heading outdoors. We're talking about the ancient ritual of cooking over fire, why barbecue feeds more than hunger, and how gathering around the flame connects us to each other and to ourselves. Come sit by the fire with me. Come join me next week on The Kitchen with Jean. My dear friends, remember this is Earth School. We are here to learn to love ourselves, and to love each other. And we want to remember that life comes from us and life is for us. I wish you a joyous week. I hope you smile more, laugh more, and find more joy in your day. Take care.